Welcome back. Now, summer may be in full swing, but with flight prices dropping right now, maybe the best time to book a trip for the fall.
And ABC's Trevor Alt has more on how you can get a good deal while it lasts.
Everyone loves a summer vacation, but summertime travel has not been so easy. Millions of travelers packing the airports means these past few months have been crowded, hot, and maybe worst of all, expensive. But experts say if you want an affordable trip, get ready to make your move now.
Some of the best deals available for the whole year are available right now.
According to travel site Hopper, we're entering a stretch of low travel demand in September and October, and the average domestic airfare is already down $32 from this time last year.
There will be deals available for the next couple of weeks. The key is when you fly, because September and October are the two cheapest months of the year to take a trip domestically and internationally.
Check it out. Fall round-trip flights to Vegas, New York City, and Orlando are down 25%. That's $60 or more per person. Round-trip flights to LA, $109 cheaper on average. Just $189, down from nearly $300. And if you want to go international, the average round-trip fare to Rome is more than $500 cheaper, from $1,332 to just $804. And there's similar discounts to Paris, Athens, and Amsterdam, all of them under $1,000 round trip.
Summer prices will soar well over $1,000, but then prices will fall in August for those early fall getaways. Right now, we're seeing fares to Europe down about 30% compared to peaks this summer.
And maybe you're not looking at a fall vacation, but it could be a smart idea to start paying attention to the holiday flights. Shouldn't book them just yet, though. Experts say you'll get the best deals from mid-September into early October. Those flights, on average, could be $100 or more cheaper than they are right now. Trevor Alt, ABC News, LaGuardia Airport.
Today, more students back in class, and for some that means they're going to have to brave the heat to walk to school. What pediatricians say parents can do to help their kids be cool after school. Now to the release of the American nurse and her young daughter who were kidnapped nearly 2 weeks ago in Haiti.
As ABC's Matt River reports, the case now highlighting a growing trend in Haiti.
ABC News learning exclusive new details about how nurse Alex Dorsonville and her young daughter made it back to loved ones alive after they were kidnapped by armed gang members on July 27th.
We welcome the reports of their release.
Dorsonville's family and friends spent 2 weeks hearing little, hoping for the best. Then Wednesday morning, the Christian Aid Ministry where she worked saying, quote, "It is with a heart of gratitude and immense joy that we confirm the safe release of our staff member and friend Alex Dorsonville and her child."
I'm so blessed to be able to know so many amazing Haitians.
Dorsonville, seen in this promotional video talking about her ministry, was kidnapped while working. A Haitian law enforcement source saying after the kidnapping, Dorsonville's phone was used to call her husband, the Haitian director of El Roy. The cell phone pinging to this general area, not far from where she was taken, territory controlled by the so-called Chef Gang Canaan, one of Haiti's most dangerous and notorious for kidnapping. The kidnappers then demanding a significant ransom for their release. Tense negotiations followed, the gang then freeing Alex and her daughter. Dorsonville's ordeal, unfortunately all too common in Haiti these days. Soaring gang violence has spared no one.
So this is damage from a stray bullet here that came in from the street.
UNICEF reporting roughly 300 women and children have been kidnapped so far this year.
The least protected people there are usually these humanitarian NGOs. And when it comes to these kidnapping for ransom, that's one of the key people that they look for.
The FBI says its agents shot and killed a Utah man during a raid that targeted the man for allegedly making threats against President Biden, Vice President Harris, and law enforcement officials. Investigation began in April, and the U.S. Secret Service was notified by the FBI in June. In addition to threatening social media posts, authorities say the suspect suggested he was making plans to take physical action. The president was traveling to Utah Wednesday, and the suspect reportedly made reference to Biden's visit.
Donald Trump's aide, Walt Nauta, has pleaded not guilty for a second time to conspiring with the former president to obstruct the investigation into his possession of classified documents at his Florida estate. But Mar-a-Lago's property manager, Carlos de Oliveira, was again unable to enter a plea in case today because he has not secured a Florida-based attorney, which is required under local court rules. The magistrate judge formally accepted the latest not guilty plea of Trump, who went into the court with the judge filing papers last week that he is not guilty, waiving his right to a hearing in person.
And continuing with the former president, he is asking the court to allow him to discuss highly classified evidence with his attorneys in the documents case at or near his home, rather than in a secured location like a sensitive compartmented information facility, a special location where classified documents can be viewed and discussed. The closest one to Trump's Florida home is in Miami. However, Trump's attorney proposed he'd be allowed to discuss sensitive materials at a location at or near his residence that was previously approved while he was president. Trump's attorneys argue that making him go to Miami would not be practical.
A New York judge siding with prosecutors and ruling that the Gilgo Beach murder suspect must now provide a DNA sample. Rex Heuermann has pleaded not guilty to murdering 3 women who were found near the beach more than a decade ago. He's also the prime suspect in the 2007 disappearance and death of a 4th woman. Yesterday's ruling comes after prosecutors submitted a request to obtain a cheek swab of DNA. His DNA will then be compared with the DNA from a hair found on a victim.
Now taking a look at live cam, not many clouds, grass looking kind of yellow. It's a story we've been telling you for a long time. Wish we could see some rain chances, but it doesn't look like it.
It's just not looking good. I just looked at the new model runs that were out there thinking maybe something towards the end there would be something that pops up, but it's still not there yet. And I have gotten the question a lot, how come this ridge of high pressure won't move? Well, this happens during the summer. It tends to kind of stick around and build until you get a stronger system to kind of push it out of the way. We just have not gotten that yet. We are stuck. Let me show you a picture from earlier. This was this morning. This was deceiving, and we were talking about it at 9 o'clock. If you look out the window and see the clouds, you can kind of imagine that maybe it's a cloudy winter day. Put your mind in that kind of mindset. But no, those clouds went away pretty quickly. Yvonne says deception. The clouds look nice. It looks like they might bring rain, but no. Now we have got clear skies, and temperatures today will make their way back up to 106. Potentially here in San Antonio, close to another record, 106 in Austin, 110 potentially in San Angelo, 107 in Midland. So a lot of heat still across the state of Texas. KSAT 12-hour forecast as you plan out your day. There's really not a good time to be outside for long periods, but 105 at 6 o'clock, still 100 at 8 p.m. And keep in mind that heat index is going to be a little bit higher in some cases as humidity is more or less sticking around. 88 degrees at 11 p.m. with mostly clear skies. Coming up, we're going to look at the aquifer. It is really starting to fall to numbers we haven't seen in a while. We'll show you where we stand here in just a couple minutes.
Thanks for that, Justin. Now, major airlines are helping travelers rebook their trips to Hawaii due to the devastating wildfires in Maui. American, Southwest, United, and Hawaiian Airlines are currently waiving change fees for flights to and from Kahului Airport. This comes as the state of Hawaii is discouraging non-essential travel to that airport in Maui. The airport is served by 10 airlines in total, including Delta Airlines and Alaska Airlines.
From eggs to electronics to used cars, consumer inflation easing its grip on U.S. households back in July. It's a sign that the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes continue to slow price increases. The inflation figure the government reported today showed that overall consumer prices increased 3.2% from a year earlier. That was up from 3% annual rise in June, which was the lowest rate in more than 2 years. The latest figure is a lot lower than last year's peak. It's still, though, above the Federal Reserve's inflation target.
And current oil production in the U.S. could shatter the all-time record set 4 years ago. Government estimates released Tuesday project American oil output could hit an average of 12.8 million barrels per day this year for the first time ever. It's about 500,000 barrels per day more than the annual record set in 2019. That's not enough. Next year, they say U.S. oil output is projected to climb to 13.1 million barrels per day.
Watching your favorite Disney, Star Wars, or Marvel content is going to cost you more soon. Disney is planning to significantly raise prices on its Disney Plus streaming service. Starting October 12th, the monthly cost for the ad-free version of Disney Plus is going to go from $10.99 up to $13.99. That announcement comes as Disney Plus remains unprofitable, though it has added subscriptions overseas. The same is true of Disney parks. Attendance at Disney World in Florida is down, but growth at parks in other countries has helped to grow revenue. Nevertheless, subscription rates for Hulu, which Disney owns the majority of, are also increasing their rate by $3 a month. The long-term use of certain acid reflux medications may lead to some other health issues. What a new study is now saying about these drugs.
A study suggests long-term use of certain acid reflux medications is associated with a higher risk of dementia. A population-based study found people 45 years old and up who took proton pump inhibitors for more than 4 years had a 33% higher risk of developing dementia than people who never took the drugs. The author of the study says the study does not prove acid reflux drugs cause dementia, but that there is an association. The author recommends patients talk to their doctors about their medications. The study was published Wednesday in the Journal of Neurology.
Many of our kids are making their way back to class this week or next week, and that means some of them are going to be walking home in the hottest part of the day. So this is important. Pediatricians say that temperatures above 98 degrees can put kids at risk of cramps, heat stroke, and heat exhaustion. And that's why you should remind your child to drink water throughout the day. Go ahead, get them a full bottle of water before they leave for school, and make sure they fill it back up before walking home. They need
find a nice water bottle that child likes and is excited about filling up. And then that way they can have it filled during the day.
For student athletes and marching band members who are practicing outside, it's even more important. Okay, so kids should have 2 cups every 20 minutes if they are doing athletics outside.
And if you need help dealing with the heat, Project Cool is ready to help. We have all the information on KSAT12. You can scan that QR code on your screen. United Way is teaming up with Bexar County to offer box fans to residents 60 and older. They're available at no cost. Those eligible can call 211 to request a fan. Again, if you don't have a phone nearby and can't scan that QR code, all this information is on KSAT.com.
This is all, to me anyway, a little bit reminiscent of that big freeze that we had a few years ago. It's just unrelenting for weeks on end, and you're telling us next week is not looking any better.
Yeah, you know, it actually got me thinking today. I was talking to Mia about this. Is our plants and our trees, right, had to survive the freeze, and then last year was rough. This year, you could argue, is even worse. And so, yeah, if they can survive the last 3 years, they can survive anything at this point. 92 so far today, but we're rising quickly. The average is 97. Obviously, we're above that this afternoon. Record is 105. That is in jeopardy again today. We continue to set records. That was set back in 1962. How long will this heat hang around? We'll continue to look at that forecast coming up.
All right, Justin, you said it before the break. How long will this heat last? I'm not an expert. I'm going to say for the foreseeable future.
I'm going to say 2 more weeks, and then it's going to start raining and not stop.
Hopefully, that would be great.
That would be great. Obviously, we don't want some giant flood or anything like that.
I know, but that's how it works in Texas.
And well, it's true. That's how we come out of droughts most often. Is with a flood. It's either one or the other. But as for right now, as we look down the line, I've been looking through the models every day, still showing this high pressure remaining in control. As long as that's the case, we're going to continue to see these deteriorating results in situation with this drought and lack of rainfall. So we know it's having a big issue. It's causing a big issue with the aquifer. It's down to 626.6. Okay, to give that to some perspective, the average is up here around 660. That's what you would average this time of year. Now, the aquifer is usually at its lowest late in the summer, but this is very, very low, and we're starting to get to some concerning levels here. 626.6. If you put that against some of the all-time lows that we've seen with the aquifer, and these were the low points through the years. We're getting down to some records that were set back in 2014, where it was 625.9. That was the last drought, if you remember that. And then, of course, the lowest number we've ever seen with the aquifer is 612.5. We're not going to get down to that because the aquifer is now regulated with the Edwards Aquifer Authority. We're not going to get to that, but it's possible it could drop a couple more feet. And that's when you start getting into some real issues. We want the springs to keep flowing. That's what's most important, because the aquifer is not going to run out of water. That's not the issue, but we've got to keep these springs flowing. And that's becoming increasingly hard. 92 outside, 94 at Stinson, 94 Kelly, 97 at Randolph. That's one of the hot spots right now with south-southeasterly winds. Fairly breezy. Winds will pick up a little bit more later this afternoon and this evening, so that fire concern is still very much there. If a fire were to get going, these dry conditions, the winds would have it spread pretty quickly, and we don't want that. Dew points are still in the low 70s, so there is still a heat index. Humidity is still rather high, but these numbers, like the last few days, will drop off by the afternoon, and we think that they'll be down in the low 60s. That's when you reach your peak temperature in the afternoon. But last night we saw the dew point jump back up during the evening hours while the temperatures were still very hot, and we saw the heat index jump up to 110 at 8 p.m. yesterday. It could happen again. We'll keep an eye on that. The heat index right now, 104 in Boulevardy, but 99 here in San Antonio, 101 Port SA, 106 in Helotes. It feels like 110 right now in Gonzales. That is dangerous heat. You got to limit your time outside when the numbers get that high. The air temperature, the forecast air temperature today, around 106 here in San Antonio, which would be a record if we get there. 106 in Divine, 105 Uvalde, 102 in Lakey, so triple digits for everybody again today. Very little cloud cover. It is basically sunny for everyone. And as we look at the wider view here, showers and storms across the southeast. There's some rain around Vegas, and then quite a bit of rain up and down the East Coast. Nothing severe or anything like that, but just good rain. And we continue to miss out as everything is working up and over a ridge of high pressure and away from us. So the extended forecast, 106 tomorrow, 105 Saturday, 105 Sunday. It does look like the high pressure weakens ever so slightly, so we'll bring temperatures down just a hair as we get into next week. But by Wednesday, we will have had 51 days at 100 or above, and we're getting close to that record territory of most 100-degree days in a year. My hope is that we don't set it, but we are going to get awful close. We'll be right back.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
All right, the football season is near, and if you're a fantasy football fan, that means weekends will likely be a little stressful for you. But the Texans and the Houston's hopeful regular season starter, C.J. Stroud, is expected to see some time and action today. It'll be the first glimpse at new defensive-minded head coach D'Amico Ryans in game mode since his arrival in Houston.
We want to play with precision, effort, and physicality. And most of all, we want to play with enthusiasm, right? We want to feed off each other, playing with great effort. We want teams have to feel our energy, right? We want to overwhelm them with our style of play.
All right, the Texans kick off their preseason against the Patriots at Foxborough at 6 p.m. I know we have a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans in San Antonio, but I am pretty excited to see what the Texans can do. I'm hoping they can be competitive.
You are representing the Texan fan.
Hey, loyal to my soil, I guess, to a fault.
Okay, we'll give you that. And we're going to give you a great essay live today.
That's right. We are making back to school simple.
Oh, yes, indeed. We're starting off with Hope Pedraza, and if you're packing a lunch for your kids, you got some great tips, right?
Yes. Kids like to dip, so all the things you can put veggies and fruits and nuts and crackers and all the things, give them the dips. It'll help them eat it, finish it off, keep them satisfied.
Yeah, hold them through the rest of the day. All right, and then when it comes to dinner, Monica Chandler from Moe's Kitchen is here, and you've got some time-saving tips.
Absolutely. Microwave your rice, 2 minutes. Microwave your pasta, 1.5 minutes, and we'll have dinner in 30 minutes.
I love that. I love that brand. It has so many great flavors.
All right, homework. Kristen Bell, organizing queen herself. What do you got here?
We have our organizing homework cart. You can wheel it next to your kitchen table and have it all set, ready for you to make your life a little bit easier for homework time.
Place for everything and everything in its place,
absolutely.
right?
And the power of a library card.
Yes, I have the best school supply, your library card. You can use it to access homework help, digital resources, and more.
Yeah.
Homework help.
Yes, for the new math that you don't know.
I don't know.
The library can help with that. And our social question, mascots. We're going to meet a mascot maker. Who's your favorite mascot?
Yeah, let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll see how that measures out during the show.
Scan that QR code right somewhere on your screen right there. And a whole lot more coming up.